Trucks entering the UK from the continent are frequently importing an additional cargo without the driver's knowledge. The issue of illegal immigrants has become a fraught subject between government, drivers and operators as politicians continue to blame truck drivers for the problem. So we asked you what you thought of the on-the-spot fines and plans to imprison drivers who were caught by customs and excise, allegedly importing human cargo into the UK.
It's totally scandalous. Basically, the truck drivers, the other side of in France, wherever, they're picking up the trailers which are totally sealed up, and the driver cannot check what they've got on the trailer.
Well, how are they going to prove that the driver knew that the illegal immigrants were in his lorry?
I think they're being used as scapegoats to some extent. Most of the truck drivers I know that do go abroad with the trucks will check the wagons and everything else, you know what I mean? They check, make sure the wagons are okay anyway.
Westminster have had several years to install detection devices on the French side of the Channel ports. Instead, levying fines on innocent truckers seems to be the political convenience that continues to enrich the Treasury. So what effect do you think the threat of fines and imprisonment is having on drivers who make regular European crossings?
I have put in complaints through the union and my management about that subject, yeah.
Just put them off the work. You know, I know I wouldn't do it. It's the risk, you know, you're not just losing your job, you're losing your livelihood as well as, you know, your family. It's just not worth the risk these days, eh?
As I say, the job's hard enough already. They'll basically look for work elsewhere. They'll just forget about truck driving because it won't be worth it.
Well, it's going to stop British companies running out of Britain, exporting and importing into Britain, because they're not wanting to have to pay the fines, so they'll just move all their business across to Europe.
Perhaps the issue could be resolved if there were formal checks at French ports and customs and excise issued drivers with an all-clear certificate. At least innocent truck drivers would be absolved from punishment for unwittingly carrying illegal immigrants.
It might be better, I think, if proper checks were done at the ports themselves by the authorities, instead of blaming truck drivers for something they've already checked and then somebody else has come along and undone for them, if you like.
Just more cameras, stuff like that, really, make sure nothing gets anywhere near the wagons.
They have to do more checks, don't they? A lot more, but they don't put enough manpower into that sort of thing, do they? Just take the easy way out and blame the driver and on they go.
But until the failure of our transport policy is rectified, the tragic reality is economic and political refugees will continue to infiltrate our country without a rational explanation from the government for implementing preventative measures.